सर नमस्कार।
नमस्कार नमस्कार। और यू
थैंक सर।
देखिए समय पे आ गया अपने।
जी 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 सर जी।
ऑनलाइन आ गया हूँ सब। और सब ठीक है, बढ़िया।
बस बस सर।
So you need 10 वालों को दौड़ाओ, सैलरी को नहीं मिलेगा। सैलरी चेक करने के बाद उनको तमाम चेक करा, तो सारा डॉक्यूमेंट दो ना, ये वापस लाओगा। इस साल पिछले महीने कितना था, अब कुछ कम ज्यादा तो कुछ सब चेक करने और कॉन्ट्रैक्चुअल किसी का जिस पर आप बना रहे हो सब देखना। और बैलेंस साथ में लोगों को करने के
तो स्टार्ट करें सजाद।
हाँ सर, मेरे ख्याल से स्टार्ट करना चाहिए सर। आ जाएं एक बार।
सर आ गए। So let us start.
Yes sir. So good afternoon, sir. You welcome first and then I'll introduce.
So good afternoon sir, and I welcome to Professor R.R. Hussain to this session. Is Honorary Director, Center for Distance and Open Learning, Jamia Millia Islamia, New Delhi. Sir, namaskar. You have given your time for this session. I welcome you on behalf of Faculty Development Center, Mizoram University, and from the participant sides also I welcome you, and we are eager to listen your valuable lecture, sir. And I welcome Dr. Sajad Ahmad to introduce sir.
Good afternoon, sir. Sir. So, welcome to the session, sir. And dear participants, once again, we are having an eminent speaker in a row. And we welcome on behalf of the participants and the Faculty Development Center of Mizoram University, Professor R.R. Hussain. Dr. R.R. Hussain is a professor at the Faculty of Education and is an honorary director at the Center for Distance and Open Learning, Jamia Millia Islamia, New Delhi. Formerly, he was also the dean and the head of the Department of Faculty of Education. And Dr. Hussain has earned his PhD from Aligarh Muslim University. He has a background of physics and a study area which he has published more than 20 research articles in foreign international journals. That was supplemented by an even greater number of papers ranging from science animation, interactive simulation, augmented technologies, among others. At present, he leads the research and development of technology-enhanced learning and pedagogic methods. His area of interest includes metacognition and learning strategies, adaptive and personalized system, science education, and the use of social media in online learning. Professor R.R. Hussain has been engaged as a consultant with a diverse set of organizations in the education sector, providing guidance on the development and acquisitions of technically skilled teaching workforce. Apart from being a renowned educationist, he is an academic acclaimed writer, having authored 13 books on diversified topics of scientific inventions and research. His authoring endeavors have been rewarded by the Delhi and the Uttar Pradesh government. A renowned educationist with over 30 years of teaching, counseling, and research experience, he currently enjoys his engagement with mentoring graduate research of MPhil and PhD students. Dr. Hussain is also the founding editor-in-chief of the Jamia Journal of Education, a biannual international publication, and serves on several national and international advisory board for research journals and conference technical committees and so on. Today he is going to deliberate upon web applications in research and training. I welcome you on behalf of the participants and faculty development centers. Over to you now, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Sajad Ahmad. who is fortunately my colleague also in Faculty of Education, Jamia, for introducing me. And I also wish to thank Professor Loknath Mishra, who is a friend of mine at Mizoram. And thanks to invite me. I was supposed to deliver 2 lectures on 2nd October. Was because of some problem I was not there on 2nd October. And then finally Professor Loknath discussed that I have to deliver a lecture on web application research and teaching, not training. So the idea of this lecture is simple, that in research, we are all academics, maybe in education, maybe in other fields, and all are required application of web research and teaching. So the focus of today's presentation is that how technology is changing and how much technology is there which is useful for all of us in teaching and research. And because many of you may be doing research, maybe guiding research to your research scholars. So there are so much sea of resources nowadays on web which we can use and maybe using them also. So the title of my lecture is Web Application Research and Teaching. Now coming to the changes in the series of technology, as you all know that you may be aware of, that there are web series is there. So now 5 series are available, and you may be aware of that. It was invented in 1989 by Tim Berners-Lee at CERN, Geneva, Switzerland. And basically, Lee created a new markup language called HTML, and the World Wide Web is the part of the internet that contains website and web pages, and websites are composed of pages linked by hypertext links. As I said, there are series of web series is there, and the Web 1.0 didn't appear until the term Web 2.0 was coined in 1999 by D. Nuki. During the stage known as Web 1.0, websites were marked by the following typical web. The characteristics of Web 1.0 was static pages, website content stored in file, guest books, email of forms, etc. Then basically comes the Web 2.0. This is basically called participative and social web. A Web 2.0 website may allow users to interact and collaborate with each other in a social media dialogue as creators or search-generated content in a virtual community. For example, Web 2.0 features include social networking sites and social media sites, for example, Facebook, blogs, wikis, taxonomy, tagging of keyword on website, and links. Video sharing sites, for example, YouTube. So these are the services facilities which was given in Web 2.0 series. The key feature of Web 2.0 include rich user experience, dynamic content that is responsive to user unit input, user participation, software as a service, and mass participation. Yeah. You're getting my voice?
So just a minute, sir. Yes, sir. Just a minute interrupting in between. Can you just spread the screen on a full note? Full screen mode.
ये 5 से होता नहीं है, इसमें कुछ प्रॉब्लम है.
Okay, sir.
मैं इसको थोड़ा साइज बढ़ा देता हूँ, बस ये हो सकता है.
Thank you, sir.
साइज मैंने थोड़ा सा इंक्रीज कर दिया. फुल स्क्रीन नहीं हो रहा है, कुछ है प्रॉब्लम इसमें.
Right, sir. Right, sir.
So this is related to Web 2.0, and because the mass participation services was given in Web 2.0, then comes Web 3.0. Web service is a software that supports computer-to-computer interaction over the internet. The popular photography sharing website Flickr provides a web service whereby developers can programmatically interface to search for images, combining semantic markup and web services. that can produce a Web 3.0 experience, that is, applications that can speak to each other directly and interpret information for humans. So when this Web 3.0 basically came up, that basically gives interaction with computer to computer and interaction with computer and human being. That kind of services was available in the Web 3.0 series. The features of Web 3.0 are semantic web, artificial intelligence, 3D graphics, and connectivity. You are all maybe aware that nowadays people are talking about artificial intelligence. So this kind of facility services is now available on Web 3.0, series of that. Finally, there comes Web 4.0 is known as symbiotic web. The goal of the symbiotic web is interaction between human and machine in symbiosis. In Web 3.0, the interaction was between machine and machine, whereas in Web 4.0, the interaction facility was given human and machine in symbiosis. The line between human and device will blur. Web 4.0 will interact with users in the same way that humans communicate with each other. तो जब ये सर्विसेज आई वेब 4.0 की, तो इन्होंने सर्विसेज में ये दिया कि you can talk with the machine and machine can talk to you. You can give instruction to machine, the machine can give you instructions. So sharing of information and sharing of talking becomes easier when this Web 4.0 series came up. Now the latest services that is not now available, but by 2030, this telephatic web will be available, and this will be basically highly complex future web generation. Something such as brain implant will be very popular, and brain implant will give people the ability to communicate with the internet through thoughts. So the focus is here on thought. So this will be this kind of the chip that can be put inside our brain, and this chip basically will control all our actions, and all our thoughts can be communicated to the machines and so on. So this will be basically an alarming kind of services which will be available at 2030. The reason is this is still in the experimental stage and people are working on that, whether use of Web 5.0 services will be useful or it will not be useful. People are working on their merits and demerits. But one thing is clear, that when in 2030, this Web 5.0 services will be available, the people will start using them, and there will be challenges also for the users. Because of, as you all know, that health issues are also there. If you put any chip inside your brain, that may create some kind of health issues also. But in this technological age, every person is using and start using of this kind of technology for their benefit in their professional, personal, and other kind of uses. The other kind of technology which is on the way is called wearable technology. Technology which will wear, पहन लेंगे जिसको हम लोग. For example, this Google Glass is there. There are many other things which like a wristband and many things. For example, in the tattoos, some people are draw and get tattoos on their hands, on their body, and that kind of services will be used as a wearable technology. So meaning is, every day technology is changing. Every day researches are going on and new kind of technology is on the way. So meaning is tomorrow or day after tomorrow, we will have some kind of different kind of technology, and all technologies will be useful for our research, for our teaching, for our professional use, for our personal use. And now generation basically is very good, very enthusiastic in using all new technologies. So we have to be ready for this web series services, as well as this wearable technology when it will be available, and maybe within 2 or 3 years, this technology will be available in the market also. Now coming to the research part, and then I'll come to the teaching part. As we know that web had effects on many facets of research. They can be classified into 3 categories, which include web application in pre-data analysis, web application in data analysis, web application in post-data analysis. So this means जो research है, we generally divide our total research span of 4 year or 5 year into pre-data work and the collection of data, and then post-data analysis work. And here basically we will explore how can we use the new technology in our pre-data and data analysis during pre and post data span of our research work, how we can use all this technology, which is the new technologies, and started using also. Now, if you look at the web application in pre-data analysis, that include articles availability, thesis and dissertation availability, literature search, content search, literature tracking, quantitative data collection, qualitative data collection, and big data and its analytics. So during this pre-data analysis span of our research, all these things are we generally use. We always search articles available, thesis, we also search thesis, and we go in the libraries, and nowadays we use the internet also for tracking the literature related to the research. And then we have two types of researches, quantitative and qualitative. And nowadays people are talking about big data and disability because we have sea of information with us. But the point is how to use that sea of information, quantum of information with ease and for the useful application of research. As you know that web application data analysis can be divided in majorly we can divide our research work into two components, quantitative data analysis and qualitative data analysis. So we will see how this technology will be useful and can be used for data analysis, whether it is quantitative or qualitative. Now, web application post data analysis covers references and bibliography, compilation, article and thesis, dissertations, discussions among researchers, supervisors, supervisees, and during Viva 06 examinations. Then there are plagiarism issue also and journal manuscript submission. Generally, the span of 4 years, 5 years, 6 years is too long. And during this time, we read and consult many books, many research documents, many theses, many articles on the internet and Wikipedia, and we have discussion with peer group, we have discussion with researchers, supervisors, supervisees, and whenever we see the Viva are going on, we hear many kind of discussions. So now the point is how to compile all these experiences, all this literature in your research work or in your thesis. So I'll discuss some of the softwares which are available nowadays that can be used for this post data analysis covers. The latest issues are of the plagiarism issues, and you all know that we during 5 years, 6 years span, we read many information, many documents during this time. And if you are recording the consulting document in your soft copy or hard copy, and you are noting down from where this paragraph is taken, and you are giving a reference of that information in your application, then there is no issue. But if sometimes it also happens that during this 5 year span, we collect, we read, we consult many documents, and sometimes we also forget from where we took this idea or this paragraph or this paragraph and pages. Sometimes we also forget to note down the source of information. In that case, when we use any software and we apply software on our document, then that gives this paragraph you have taken from here and there. So this is a very serious issue nowadays. The only thing is कि जो plagiarism है उसका दो issues हैं. एक तो ये issue है कि sometimes we are taking information from the internet and the document which are available on the internet, and sometimes we are consulting library and there we are consulting a copy of that. Now, when the hard copy of the thesis which is available in the library is not there on the internet, so any software you will use that will not tell from where you have taken this, how much content is copied from the resources available in your library. So meaning is, the software, I'll talk to details of the plagiarism software which are available nowadays. Some of them are paid and some of them are free. And that basically tells how much content is taken from which document. And finally, journal manuscript submission is another important thing. People are not very good to publish our publication. We publish our documents in good journals, international A-grade journals. The reason is that we are not aware of that. And the international journals are there, which are of A-grade journal, generally have their submission software. And if you put our content in the submission software, the possibility of acceptance, acceptance is higher if you are putting our content in that matter. The result, once you submit material in their format, that will be received immediately by the agency, and they submit it to their it's waiting expert, and they generally receive their comments and observation within 2 days or 3 days, and then communication is there with you. If the submission of your document is not according to the general manuscript submission, then it will be difficult for you to get its publication quickly. Now coming to the first point, that is called article availability. As you know that in today's world of research, journals, articles either online or in soft copy are easily available and accessible. This is made possible by internet technology, in which after those articles were being digitized and uploaded into appropriate repositories, researchers can easily and quickly access to those journals articles via open or secured internet access. Internet technology also can minimize unnecessary printing to preserve a greener environment. Now, as far as thesis and dissertation availability is concerned, there is two ways. One way is that we have many universities and even UGC have their own portals for uploading the thesis and dissertations of the university. So you have access to these theses, but many of the old thesis and dissertation and research documents are available in the library, which are not digitized. So meaning is we will have two types of dissertation and thesis. One is on online and another one which is available in our library. So these dissertations are available online or in soft copy accessible from internet or from universities intranet. This is made possible by internet technology, which enables researchers to easily and quickly access more theses and dissertation. Previously, when I did my PhD in 1985, there was no internet, although this computer was there. But we have to go here and there, the nearest libraries, consult the hard copies and the journals which are available in their libraries in Aligarh as well as Delhi University and many other nearby universities. And we have to sit there in the library and read the document, copy it, or you have to record it on your register. That is the way to go to the internet, through the literature available. So meaning is, with the help of this internet facility, we are now in a position to see the sea of information related to thesis decision, not only of India, but also outside India, because many good universities have generally upload their research work on their website, and thereby we are in a position to get in touch the recent and current literature available on the internet. Now, as far as literature survey is concerned, this is the most important component of pre-data analysis. And now a lot of research material, literature, and artifact today can be searched using internet search engine like Google and Google Scholar and Yahoo, Wikipedia, universities and libraries, internal search engines at all. So meaning is these services are there, which basically is helping the researcher to have an access to the literature available in the digitized form. Now, as far as content search is concerned, whereas in today's world of research, researchers can utilize the soft copy literature search or find functions, also called content search, to search for specific keywords or phrases in which this is more effective and productive. So the services are there on the internet, in the web series also, that you can put your keyword. If you want to search, then you will get the required information from the internet. Now, the literature tracking concern, this researcher also need to create their own tracking mechanisms, for example, in Word document or a spreadsheet format to track and manage their reviewed literature so that they can reuse or refer to in future. With the advancement of information communication technology, researchers can still use the old approaches, but more and more researchers are now using software like Mendeley, which can help manage, share, and discover the literature content and content that they had reviewed in the past. So meaning is this Mendeley is very helpful. Now looking at the quantitative data collection, lately data can be collected by online, web-based, or internet survey using Google Documents or SurveyMonkey et al. Albeit online survey inherited the advantages as mentioned above. A researcher needs to access whether his sampled respondent now or can have access to internet in order to fill up the online survey. Nowadays we have Google Form also, which many researchers have used nowadays using, and many other services are also there by which you can get the fill form, and then statistics they use and draw the graph also. Now qualitative data collection, as is in the case of quantitative, previously data collected by qualitative researchers in voice format need to transcribe into text manually, that is play and replay the audio recorder, listen and write down or key in what was heard into the text. In today's technological world of qualitative research, voice recognition software like Dragon, naturally speaking, nonsense.com Dragon can be used for to automatically convert voice into text without use it manually. Sometimes we take interviews also, and we record it on our machine, and with the help of this Dragon software, we can convert voice that recognize and convert into text. So it is easier for researcher not to just to record that and use this Dragon services to convert it to text. So this means requiring the researcher to transcribe the recorded voice into text manually. Moreover, softwares like Dragon, naturally speaking, can also enable researchers to edit documents and emails, launching applications, open files, and control the mouse movement at all. Though merely voice recognition, this area of information communication technology advancement has created accuracy, efficiency in qualitative data collection. So when we started using Dragon, there is the 100% accuracy in transcribing the voice into text. Previously, you have to listen again and again and then start writing on the paper and then again check whatever is said is recorded or not. So Dragon can minimize that error. Now, big data analytics, you know that big data was not common prior than 2010s. As advent tools, website or sensors were not available to generate, collect, and process large data sets. Before the big data era, data sets were not intermixed for research purposes, in which structured data, that is data with nominal, ordinal, interval, and ratio scale, is separated distinctly from semi-structured, for example, email, tweet, free-form text, or unstructured data like audio, video, or multimedia format. So in the case of big data, we have data from different kind of sources. We use different kind of technology. Sometimes we use this interview, sometimes we do all these things. So we have enormous quantity of data, and with the help of technology, we can convert it into useful information. Now, quantitative data analysis is the past exploratory factor analysis, multiple regression, t-test, and analysis of variance, and now our common data analysis techniques used among researchers conducting quantitative research. Sorry, hierarchical regression analysis, hierarchical linear modeling, etc., are gaining popularity. Statistic software, for example, statistic package for SPSS, and many other are more advanced and rich with a lot of features and functionalities. So all these technologies are useful in conversion of this kind of technology. Recently, use of computer-assisted aided quality data analysis software (CAQDS) by researchers are gaining popularity, in which NVivo, Atlas TI, MaxQDA, SPSS, Text Analytics et al. Are used to support qualitative research in terms of transcription analysis, coding, text interpretation, recursive abstraction, and moreover, softwares like Transana are also can be used for video transcribing in certain cases of qualitative content of research. Now, as far as references and bibliography compilation is concerned, and last time researchers tried to compile references and bibliography manually, and sometimes it is difficult to compile them. Recently, while researchers are writing, they can use citations or reference management software like EndNote and Zotero, Mendeley, etc. to help select citation and populate the reference or bibliography automatically. This type of software can improve researchers' efficiency and accuracy while preparing their articles for publication. Now, as far as articles and theses are concerned, in the course of producing an article, thesis, or dissertation, there are need for discussions on communications among researchers, supervisors, and during the viva voce. In the past, face-to-face meeting, audio meeting, or short messages, SMS were commonly, whereby video conferencing was rarely used. In some occasions, when video conferencing was used, the quality was not good. For example, high latency, choppy voice, etc. Whereas now in an advanced ICT era, video conferencing, Skype, Facebook, Yahoo, sometimes WhatsApp, etc. can be a better means for effective communication. For example, academia and ResearchGate are now very useful as for this purpose. Coming to the plagiarism detection issue, as I said in the initial words, that this is nowadays a very serious matter, that before you submit your paper or you submit your thesis or any research document to any agency, you are supposed to give the plagiarism certificate also by using different kind of software. So meaning is plagiarism acts was slow and hard to detect as the authority of university or journal dependent on readers to identify them manually while they were reading through the submitted articles or thesis or dissertation. With the advancement of ICT, reader research can be used plagiarism checker software available in the market like article checker, plagiarism checker, and many other which I am going to list them in my next presentation. Now, as I discussed about the journal manuscript submission, in the past, journal manuscript submission used to be by post or email communication between researchers, authors, and journals, editors, coordinators. Now, web-based journal manuscript management and peer review software, electronic manuscript submission, or management like Elsewhere and Wiley are very helpful for submission of your research work. As I said that when I did my PhD, the only way of sending a paper to America is by airmail, and that required at least 6 months to receive their feedback on our journal. Nowadays, it is only that you have to click your computer, that will be received by the agency, and within a week time or 10 days, you will get the response of their publications unit, the status of your research work. Now, search engines and curators are also there, which can be used. As you know that web search engine is a software system that is designed to search for information on the World Wide Web. The search results are generally presented in a line of results often referred to as search engine result pages. Curators are also there, Bibsonomy and Colvis. These are basically used to create citations and bibliography and set up your research group on the cloud to share files and references with your. These are some of the search engines which can be used for personal use, professional use, and in your academic work. These are some of them are very popular in India also, and many of them are not very popular in India, but as a researcher, one can see what information is given in their other search engines. Suppose you are not getting information on Yahoo or Google, you can find out Alexa and Icona and Look Smart and the other NetSpace and Alta Vista. So many others are there, but they are not very popular in India. But we, as a researcher, we have to search information on these also. Now there are search engines and curators, Google Scholar, Mendeley, and Microsoft Academic Search. Provide that, for example, Google Search provides a way to broadly search for scholarly literature across discipline and sources. Mendeley, a unique platform comprising a social network reference manager article visualization tool. Then is Microsoft Academic Search, find information about academic papers, authors, conferences, journals, and organizations from multiple sources. Nowadays, the important thing for researcher is connect with others. Previously, we was not doing research in isolation. But nowadays, people say there is no need of working in isolation. You have to be open, connect with others, like-minded people, like professional researchers, so that you have to share your work, get the feedback, get the advices, and for the improvement of our research work. So under connect with experts and researchers, you will find a set of tools that help researchers research out to other researchers and to find expertise for new collaboration. For example, academia.edu, LinkedIn, ResearchGate, Social Exchange. These are some of the important facilities given in these four, where you can exchange your work, you can share your work and get the feedback and use that feedback in the improvement of our research. So important जो बहुत ज़रूरी चीज़ है वो ये है कि we are not supposed to keep your research work in confidential. Share it with the like-minded people, the people who are working in a similar field in India or outside India. Connect with them, give suggestion, receive suggestion, and share your work and experiences for the improvement of the quality of research. This is work with data. Datas are data, Star Crunch, and Wolfram Alpha. For example, Datasar is basically a research collaboration platform where you can easily explore, use, and share data. Data, open source decentralized data tool for distributing data set small and large. Star Crunch provides data analysis via the web. Wolfram Alpha, web-based tool for scientific calculation. Some of there are collaborative writing tools also, like TED, and the details are given in this slide. Google and other services are there, and I'll give the detail also what other tools are available for collaborative writings. And some of them are like this. We have Atlas, AuthorCave, Author Area, Draft, F1000 Workspace. Atlas is basically write, collaborate, design, and publish on a single platform. AuthorCave is authoring and publishing services platform for scholarly writing. Author Area platform to write scientific, academic, and technical document in collaboration, for example, blog post. Draft, version control, and collaboration to improve your writing. F1000 Workspace is for scientists to collect, write, and discuss scientific literature. And sharelatex.com is also where you can use this writing article. These are some of the free articles reviewer tools. Spinbot, articlewritertool.com, Script4, Prothemus, small SEO tools, and then AsWrite, drawassignment.com, Smart C Tools org, ctoolstations.com, solid tools.com, and small co-tool.com. These are reviewer tools where you can review your material with the help of this. And the rewriting tools are many, like pre-post and duplichecker. Duplichecker is very popular nowadays. People have started using it. Then plagiarisma.net, 99 traffic tool, article writer pro, and many other free article spinner, and SEO tool network.com is also is a rewriting tool, and these are all free tools which we can use. Now coming to the publishing tool, free accessible research network to share and evaluate scientific information, paper repository, peer evaluation, peer age of science, and slide share. These are all tools are basically helpful for a researcher. For example, in peer evaluation, open repository for data, papers, media coupled with an open review and discussion platform. Peer age of science, pre-publication peer review and publishing for scientific articles. SlideShare, community for sharing presentation and other professional content, science, open.com can be used for this work. Now, these are the another important thing is how to boost citation count. You know that whenever you are submitting your application for promotion or for appointment, they generally ask you what are your citation index, H index, and all these information are nowadays required. So how to boost citation count? Citation means visibility, how your research is visible. Cite your past work when it is relevant to a new manuscript. Carefully choose your keywords. Use your keywords and phrases in your title and repeatedly in your abstract. Use a consistent form of your name on all of your paper. Make your manuscript easily accessible. Share your data like Flickshare, SlideShare, Wikipedia. Present your work at conferences. Use social media, for example, Facebook, Twitter, Academia, ResearchGate, and Mendeley. And actively promote your work, talk, email, blog, and website. जो citation count है, citation index है, वो basically depend करता है कि how many people saw your document, read your document. Suppose you publish a paper in a journal which have n number of copies, it will reach to n number of people if it is not in the library. So n number of people can only see. And if you are using, for example, Wikipedia or using SlideShare or using Facebook or using ResearchGate, is in this case, a sea of people will see your document. And some of the paper may be of useful for them. In that case, they will share, they will they will give reference of your research work in their paper, in their thesis, and so on. So this means your visibility is higher. So meaning is, it is not the responsibility of the publisher that they have to give visibility to your work. It is your responsibility also. You have to think over it, work over it, so that the visibility of your work is high, and that will increase the citation count. So in this case of this internet era, we can use this social networking also to share. For example, if you create your blog, you can write your research work there, put it in the Facebook, put it in the academia.edu, so that people may start reading and then give references in their further future research work. In this way, your work citation index will increase. Google Scholar Citation is another service provided free of charge. It is easy to set up, especially if you already have a Google account. Like other citation tracking services, it tracks academic articles, but it also counts these books, titles, and other recommend towards author citation metrics. Here, this you can use scholar.google.co.in citation, so that will give you where your article and paper was used and was referred. Now, how to maximize your impact? Improve visibility of your research. Create your research profiles. Use social media to build network. Establish a blog. As you know that there is two types of blog. One is a blog which anybody can see and read. In some blog, you can give option of giving editing or sharing. If suppose I have written a paper, one-page document, and put it on my network. If you know more than that, you can add that information in my blog, and that I have to read it, and then I can accept it. So editing facility is also there. So we can create both type of blog where you want to give access for editing and changing, or otherwise you cannot give this facility. Use Twitter to develop influence, create other identifiers, get credit for your research by getting impact of that. Publish open access, deposit your research output in institutional repository. Greater dissemination increase citation rates. In this way, you can maximize impact through research profiles and identifiers, and this maximize impact through sharing. So sharing is the most important thing, that sometimes we form group also in our WhatsApp and other kind of social network. Suppose I'm sending my information on that group, If you find that that is a useful document, you can further send it to other people. So in this way, your work will be cited by others, read by others, used by others, and in this way, citation index will increase. This is one very good example of two very eminent physicists of the world. In the left-hand side is Edward Whittain physicist. He was the H index was 132. On the right-hand side, it is Stephen Hawking physicist. H index was 62. So if you look at H index, though Edward Whittain was more popular than Stephen Hawking. I think Edward Whittain was also received a Nobel Prize also, whereas Stephen Hawking have not received any Nobel Prize. But Stephen Hawking was very popular in the global scientific community. So important thing is, now other plagiarism detection checkers are the following. Just a minute. The other plagiarism detection checkers are some of the very popular plagiarism detection checkers are duplichecker.com. This is the most effective plagiarism detection tool on the internet. CopyLeak is another. This cloud-based authentication platform that enables to check how e-learning content is being used. PaperRata, a very frequent used plagiarism tool used in over 100 countries, generally used in proofreading and grammar check. And then Plagiarisma, a multi-purpose plagiarism detection tool used by researchers throughout the globe and is available in more than 190 languages. Then is Plagium, a fully functional free plagiarism tool with different levels of search. It helps to check quick and deep search in plagiarism. PlagScan checks the text against online content and content from scientific journals. PlagTaker, it helps to check website and academic databases plagiarism content. QText helps in scanning plagiarism content and interface internet and databases. Viper is three-step plagiarism detection tool and is very user friendly. It helps in checking 10 billion online resources, journals, books, and websites. So what I'm trying to say is that there are n number of plagiarism detection checker softwares. Some of them are free and many of them are paid. There are different kind of tools. Some tools give superficial information about your article. It gives 10% is there, 20% is there. But for some of the detector like Viper, these are very serious kind of tool that goes inside your document and see every line, every word, and will give information from where you have taken this information and how much percentage of plagiarism content is there. So some of them are superficial, means give information, general information, but some of them have 10 billion online resources. So it can just say whatever article will be there. If it is on the in the soft copy, digitized form, then it will give 100% correct information as far as plagiarism detection is concerned. Now coming to the use of application, web application in teaching. Till now I was talking about the use of research in research work, and I discuss about different kind of things. Now coming to the web application in teaching, there are many softwares. Web 2.0 tools are online software programs that allows users to do a number of different things. These programs are often free and are used by teachers and students regularly. And they can be used to teach curriculum content, store data, create or edit video, assess learning, collaborate, manage the course, and support e-learning. So these components can be used by using different Web 2.0 tools in classroom teaching. Now we have many other good apps and good softwares like Blogster. This is a great creativity site whose tagline is "Poster yourself." A blog is basically an online poster web page The student can combine text, pictures, graphics, video, and audio to create an interactive online poster. They can click and drag items out of Glogster resources, choose their own background pictures, text boxes, videos, web links, and more. So Glogster has a very simple use interface. Another software is KidBlock. This site was designed especially for elementary and middle school teachers who want to provide each of their students their own unique blog. KidBlock's simple, powerful tool allows students to publish posts and participate in discussion within a secure classroom blogging community. Teachers maintain complete control over students over the blogs. Then we have Skype. Nowadays, many people are using this tool for teaching purposes. This web tool is an easy solution for teachers to open up their classroom and their students to a world way beyond their campus. With Skype, students can learn from other students, connect with other cultures, and expand their knowledge in an amazing way by communicating through their computer webcam. Another software is Storyboard. This is a fun and easy to use tool for creating short visual stories. Students can select artwork, drag and organize photos, and add their own text. These creations can then be published on the web with adjustable privacy setting. There is also the option to allow comments, which is perfect for teachers to encourage student collaboration. VoiceThread is another tool. It's a collaborative multimedia slideshow that allows the student to comment on images, documents, and video through text, video, and audio files. Teachers can set up groups and classes as well as moderate comments, embed to blog, and export to audio files. It is an easy way to differentiate instruction while providing engaging choices to show learning, engage in conversation, and think open and critical about content. VitoQ is a web service that provides a simple platform for interviewing someone via the internet. Collaborating globally is a must for our students. Connecting can be challenging. VitoQ makes doing an interview as easy as filling up some basic information, creating an interview session, and then sending the creative interview sessions to your student. Animator is another one tool, completely simplifies the creation and sharing of videos. Teachers will have no trouble creating lessons plans or presentation for your student. Crocodoc, this web tools also allow teachers to convert Microsoft Office and PDF document to HTML file, making them easily viewable. Teachers can display student documents in their browser and edit it whenever it is needed. QPrompter, this free service allows teachers to use their browser as a teleprompter. All users have to do is write or cut and paste their script online and press a button to start the prompter. nGrade is another free online grade book that allows teachers to manage their class online, as well as past grade assignments, attendance, and upcoming homework online for students and parents to see. And this is free and easy to use software. Then we have Forvo. This online pronunciation dictionary comes in handy for foreign languages teachers. User can hear and any word pronounced in any language, it can convert to your language. Then is Grammarly software. Student can use this as a method to improve the process of peer editing because it checks more than 200 points of grammar. My project pages built by teachers for teachers use myprojectpages.com to create a structured online inquiry-based learning activity for the courses you teach that enable your student to engage in meaningful learning experiences while online. Then we have online stopwatch. Just as the name suggests, this tool is a web-based stopwatch teachers can use for timed exam or other assignments if you are giving in time frame. Then we have Basecamp. Projects don't fail from lack of charts, graphs, stats, or report. They fail from a lack of clear communication. Basecamp solves this problem by providing tools tailored to improve the communication between people working together on a project. Then this is Edmodo, extremely similar to Twitter, except specifically designed for educators. Edmodo facilitates collaboration and content sharing among student, teacher, and school authorities. So this is also a very good software. Then Glyphy is basically a kind of diagram editor, is easy to use, and you can use your work on the service for free. Glypher Online has two ways to make document sharing simple. Collaborations enables others to see and edit your work by simply entering their emails address, publish, creates, or read only, or public image or of your diagrams that you can easily embed it in a wiki, blog, or other type of website software. Prezi is another. Teachers can use this presentation tool, organize and share ideas with other instructors. You must try it. This Prezi is a very important software which gives a three-dimensional impact on your PowerPoint. I think you all have to see today this Prezi software. Just write down Prezi there in searching, and they will give their demo also how to create this how to use this tool for your teaching presentation. Then RC Campus is a system that allows teachers, students, and administrator to manage courses, build virtual portfolios, create websites, join virtual communities, and assess schoolwork with rubrics. Another school tool is also there. Is a project to develop a common global school administration infrastructure that is freely available under an open source license. A school tool encompasses three subjects, including a calendar and a resource management tool, a student information system, and the ability to track which skills students are acquiring during your teaching. Then the Srodol is an open source project that aims to develop and share useful, usable, desirable tool for supporting education in virtual world, making teaching easier. Otherwise, you can try out a few elements on the website. Another is a Croki, eStudy, and OpenStudy. These are also web tools for e-learning. Croki is a free resource. Teachers can create and share their best curriculum and teachers' practices and mix and match lesson plans, videos, animations, and photos to create custom teaching tools. eStudy is an open source e-learning and collaboration platform for colleges and universities. In addition to usual course management facilities, eStudy provides special support for role-play simulations in computer science. And the last is OpenStudy. In its mission to make the world online one large study group, the social site encourages students to work with students who are studying the same material as you are using. Now to conclude, with the use of information communication technology, web tools, the speed of research has enhanced and much more research articles, thesis, dissertation, etc. can be produced, which will increase the knowledge contribution within the research community. Moreover, research quality can be improved with the use of certain ICT web-based tools by improving accuracy and completeness of a research. Now, plagiarism can also be checked usually by using plagiarism checker. The web tools can also be used for improving our teaching and collaborating with our students. Now, but this is the situation of the technological use in our education institutions, that there is a gap. And the only thing is that we all researchers have to fill this gap. In some institutions, you will find the best technology equipments are there, facilities are there, and most of them they don't have. So when you want to use these services and this technology in your profession, in your research, this gap need to be filled. This gap of mind is also need to be filled. Some of the still people are there who are not willing to use technology, but the new generation is willing to use new technology and they want to use this technology in their research work also. So the important first responsibility of all of us is that we have to fill this gap by putting technology, contributing this technology in our system. Now this is a quote that is not the biggest, the brightest, or the best that will survive, but those who adapt the quickest will survive. This note is, This quote is from Charles Darwin. Although Charles Darwin's contribution is not related to technology, his contribution was related to natural selection and naturalism. But this quote basically I like this quote. This basically saying that not the biggest, the brightest, or the best that survive, but those who adapt the quickest survive. Meaning is what I basically take the meaning of this quote to relate to technology is that if we are not quickly start using of this technology, will not survive. The future basically belongs to technology, and the future of researchers belongs as well as based on the technology. So whatever technology is on the way, we must start use of them. We must do researches by our student or by our own, that how best we can use the new technologies like web series and wearable technology or immersive technology, blended technology, flip technology, and the new technology which is on the way, that in future we all are supposed to use all this technology, our personal use and research use, as well as in teaching purposes. As you all know, that this pandemic time basically uh, prompted us to use this technology in our teaching. So the future basically is definitely belongs to technology, and we all have to be ready for use new technology in our research as well as in our teaching. This is all what I am supposed to present in my presentation. My presentation was a little bit fast, and the idea was because I have to show many slides. There are 61 slides there, and many information I want to share with all of you. It does not mean that I'm telling everything I'm telling is new, because all of you may be using all this technology in your research work or in your personal work. My submission was only that we have to be ready to face the challenges of technology, challenges of new researches, and we must guide our students to have first exposure of this technology, and then how to best use this technology in our research and in our profession. Thank you very much. If you want to ask any question or you want to share anything, I'll be happy.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for such an enriching lecture and encyclopedic lecture, basically. And the lecture was so impactful that the demand for hands-on workshop is coming your way, sir. And there is a question also, sir, which one of the participants wants you to elaborate upon, the free plagiarism checker software.
Yeah,
so,
some of them are free. You can use them without payment. You just use that, put your document on that, and the document, this plagiarism checker will tell you how much content is there which you have copied from somewhere. As I said that some of them are very serious kind of plagiarism checker. They go inside to each and every line of your document. And as I said that sea of competition is there on the internet. But the only thing is suppose I consulted a dissertation which is not digitized. It is there in, for example, in my faculty, I have that dissertation. I consulted that dissertation or took some page, one page from that, and I have given it my document. When I start use of this software, online software, it will not tell information. It will not tell me that this page is taken from that dissertation, because that dissertation is not available on the internet. So whenever we use any source of information, dissertation or other thing, we have to be careful that we have to quote that information in our document. We should not be shy.
sure.
You know that writing 200 pages, writing 150 pages, 100 pages, that cannot be your own document. And researches are based on past researches. For example, what you are doing, that will be used in future, and that will be your past research. So this research is basically kind of step by step formulation of documents, formation of knowledge. So we should not be shy in giving the quotes, references of whatever we are using. If we will not give them space in our document, one day it will be checked, and in that day, at that time, it will be difficult to face that you cannot claim that that is your contribution. So we have to give full information, every information in our thesis, dissertation paper, research paper, or whatever document you are preparing. We give the information that I have read that document. Maybe there may be reflection of that document in your paper, maybe in your thesis. You know, हम लोग लाइफ में बहुत सारी चीजें पढ़ते हैं और वो that information remains in the back of your mind. Sometimes we use that information also without giving reference of that.
Exactly.
ये तो इसमें तो excuse is there because you are not remembering from where you get this information. But if you are aware of that, and even then if you are not put that is basically is not a good thing in academics. So
Sure,
there
sir.
are free softwares also.
Right, sir. So another question is that from Suryanarayan. What is the tolerance level for plagiarism for acceptance?
Well, that is different for different institutions. For example, UGC is saying different thing. Different universities have different parameters for that. We only see if you look at the social sciences researchers, there are we used to have this review of the literature chapter.
Right.
Review of the literature means you are reviewing the literature. So and there may be this plagiarism numbers will be higher. And UGC is also saying that if you are the first chapter this much and second chapter review of the literature this much is acceptable, and the overall thesis acceptability of plagiarism check is this much. So this is different for European countries. This parameter is different. UGC is having different. Universities is having different. The only thing is safer side. Safer side is that we have to use at least two plagiarism checker at a time. For example, if you are using a software, it will give, for example, 20. Use another software and see the second software is how much they are telling. For example, it's saying 22. So it is okay, 2022 is okay. Because you are using two software and both are basically telling you it's approximately 20 or 21. So it's okay then, fine. Okay.
Right, sir. So, sir, one of the query is that if you are checking your text from any software, you have to upload it. So, isn't
Yes.
that possible that the other software will say that it is already uploaded and it is 100% plagiarized?
Yes. The software can say because
Right.
whatever we are loading the document on our internet, that becomes their property. And if you are not deleting or withdrawing, it remains there. It remains there.
So is it, viable for the researcher to withdraw it or delete it from there?
Yes. You submit it, get the result, and then withdraw. Because they don't want to save in their memory. वो save नहीं करना चाहते हैं.
Right.
It is on you that your option. The option is with you. If you want to leave that document, you can leave. You can withdraw the document if you want. और क्यों
Right,
आप
sir.
छोड़ेंगे उसको? Why you want to leave there? Withdraw कर लेना चाहिए. So
Right,
that
sir.
any other cannot misuse that.
Right, sir.
Right?
And some of the software, sir, is there which even catches one of the words also. I mean, some of the words, even that if you have written education, so that is also shown as a plagiarized.
Yeah. That is a common thing that education cannot be plagiarized. For example, Jamil Islami, if you are writing Jamil Islami, they will say, oh, this much percentage of plagiarism is there. So it is understood that these some of things are not comes in the category
So
of plagiarism.
is there any safer side to be, to be safe from this type of catching of the words and something like that? So if to be accepted.
No. This kind of facility is not there, I think. that you cannot say to the software, suggest software that don't read this lines, this kind of things not there. Read each and every word on the paper or the soft copy you have downloaded. But this
So
is
thank you, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
okay.
sir. So thank you, sir, for such an enriching, enlightened, and inspiring lecture. And I hope the deliberation will pave a new direction for the participants and will provide and widen horizon of thoughts. On behalf of the FDC and the participants, I thank you that you have carved out time from your busy schedule and made it possible for us. It was indeed a very informative session, and in future we do expect to hear from you on visual research, a new approach which you was expected to deliver on second, but due to your engagement we all have missed it out. Thank you, sir, once again for being here and making it possible for us to listen to you. On behalf of the participants and on behalf of the Faculty Development Center, I thank you once again, sir.
Thank you, Sajjad Sahab and Professor Loknath, for giving me opportunity for today's introduction. And I'm thankful to all the participants for not creating problem for me by not asking questions.
So rather we were waiting anxiously right from the second day when you had to deliver these
There
papers.
was some problem on second, so that was I was
Right.
not available on that day. My second choice of topic was visual research. That's a very interesting. It's better than this web tools. With the web tool is a dry lecture because I have not shown any application. That it must be in the workshop mode. That's a good idea. But
Yes,
visual
sir.
research is very interesting because there I was supposed to show you some photographs, some videos, some audio. All these things was there.
Sir,
So
obviously, I'm going to talk to, Professor Mishra today evening itself, if you can carve out this
no,
particular time.
next time we will see. Next time. Okay.
Sure, sir. And yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thanks. So dear participants, the session is now for today is over, and we will be meeting tomorrow at the same time. Hope Professor Mishra is there. So we will be meeting tomorrow at 2:30. For today, it's over now. Thank you.